My name's Dom DeSico. I've been with the San Francisco 49ers for 9 years, and my title is the Director of College Scouting.
Hey, how you doing? My name's Hayden Fry. I'm an area scout for the 49ers, and I cover the Southeast.
Hey, I'm Crowley. I'm the West Coast scout for the 49ers.
The process starts when myself and all the college scouts report to training camp. We start with the evaluation of our current roster, and then it moves into the college season. When we start going to schools, we start going to games, and that leads into the All-Star games, and then from the All-Star games leads us into the Combine this week.
Well, it all starts in August, right? We leave our families and we hit the road for really 4 months going around to these colleges and gathering information on all these prospects. And then it leads into the Combine, right? We spend time gathering all this information, but now we get to meet them personally.
As far as like the broad view of numbers, like I'm probably writing anywhere from 300 to 400 reports in my area. So those are like full reports I'm writing on all the players, and then it kind of dwindles down to, you know, who are guys we're gonna target, and then even further, like who are guys at the Combine, who are our primary targets or position needs. So it starts really, really broad and kind of narrows down as we get closer to the draft.
You learn more about the player and the fit for our team, and just within that itself, it starts to eliminate guys. It'll shrink more after this week as we watch these guys perform on the field, as we get to talk to them in the formal interviews and informal interviews. It's an ongoing process with that number continuously filtering down.
The typical week at the Combine, it feels like the longest week of all time, but we get here early and the primary focus is to do interviews, and those go on for about 3 to 4 days where we're meeting with all the players to get a feel for, you know, how they are as people, how they learn, and do they fit kind of our culture and style in San Francisco.
You talk to the people that are closest to the prospect, his position coach, his strength coach.
I think people think we just poke holes in what players do, but I think really when you take a step back, it's our chance to kind of champion guys, pick players that we think would help our team at the end of the day.
Once Thursday starts up later in the week, the workouts begin, and that's where we get to see how the players test, how athletic they are, how they look moving around on the field.
I would say my favorite part of this week and being at the Combine is when we start the on-field drills on Thursday. It's the one opportunity we get in the scouting process that we get to see the top players at each position go consecutively one after another. It's one thing to watch these guys in an isolated lens when you're watching tape, but to be here and see these guys go one after another allows you to really compare and contrast.
When we come out here, when we're sitting down with the person, we have a couple boxes we need to check about the character, or we have more questions that we need answered or further investigate. So we do that in the interview process, and then on the field, we want to see how good of athletes these guys are. I think it's one thing to be a good football player, but we also need to see if it stacks up. Does the athletic profile also fit what we look for at that position? You know, we scout players at the highest level in college, but you know, they may be the best players at their school, but when you go to the NFL, there's 22 of those guys on the field at all times. So I would say that, and then for the mental side of things, like we ask a lot of our guys on both offense and defense, so to be able to come in and pick up the playbook as a rookie is really difficult to do. So we need to find the guys who can come in and do that right away to help contribute as early as possible.
Identifying players who can play multiple spots, guys who can save you a spot on your roster, it's huge, right? Because when somebody goes down, a backup inevitably becomes a starter, and that guy's going to play for you. So you have to be able to align in multiple spots, and the more guys that you can find to do that, the better.
My favorite thing that we do in our process is the collaboration between the scouting staff, the coaching staff, the training staff, the research and development staff. Like everybody collaborates as one, and you get to kind of see each player broken down into different viewpoints.
You know, we get to work with the coaches intensively, and I know every organization isn't like that. So it's a blast going down to the D-line coach, going and talking with them, talking about players. Really, it's an open door policy, and at a basic level, I think it's our superpower.
John and Kyle very clearly laid out a 49ers vision statement, the type of guys we're looking for, the types of traits we're looking for in players. That's fast, tough, dependable people, guys that love the game of football.
You know, what makes the 49ers locker room special is the 49er wit, or the 49er spirit we try to find in each of our players, and I think the reason we've had so much success is because, you know, we do such a good job at evaluating that. So at the end of the day, we need to see if these players can come in and fit in our locker room and ultimately help us towards, you know, that goal of winning a Super Bowl.